What's going on, everyone? This is a sort of a 2020, late 2020 collection video update. So here, we'll start with this top shelf, first shelf here. We've got the first three volumes of Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card, which I'll admit, it's probably one of my favorite animes. Figured I'd pick up the manga because honestly I wasn't a huge fan of the anime. I liked it, but I don't know. I think Kodansha could have done better with I don't know. It was good. It was alright. The original Sakura was pretty good. So moving down here we have Attack on Titans. This is 22 to 31 with the two no regrets, kind of like prequel to, or the side story really. And then back behind here is volumes 1 through 21. So I have all 31 as of right now. All 31. I know there's 32 volumes as of the recording of this video, but as of this recording I only have 31 volumes plus the two side story no regrets manga volumes. And then we have also from Kodansha Cells at Work Code Black. I have volumes 4 and 5 here because volumes 1 through 3 I have lent out to somebody who's in the medical field, so I kind of wanted to have them read it to see how accurate the manga was. So I'll have them get back to me on that. Moving down one shelf, we have, going from left to right, we have the first 3 volumes of Maggie's of the Library, which is pretty good. It's alright, it's decent. I would recommend it if you're into the fantasy novel sort of genre. And then we have the first 3 issues of Noragami, which I'm going to be honest, I kind of had to force myself to read. But it's pretty good. It's decent enough. And then also from Kodansha, we have I'm Standing on a Million Lives, which is good. It's an isekai. If you're into that sort of stuff, I would highly recommend giving it a look. You know, I only have the first 2 issues. I don't know if there's any more out. I haven't really cared to check, honestly. Then we have from Shonen Jump. This is the same guy who made Naruto. I know that because it says it right on the back. Samurai 8. It's about a kid who grows up sort of, I guess, paralyzed is the best way, and he's like to describe his situation. And he's hooked up to all these machines and all that stuff, and then he becomes normal. He can move only due to like samurai ways or something like that. It's decent. I'd check it out if you're into samurai. If you like Naruto, then you'll probably like Samurai 8. And then we have the first 2 volumes of Pilgrim Jaeger. I still got to find the first volume. I don't want to read that until I find the first volume. I guess the first volume was discontinued from Right Stuff Anime, so I gotta find that. And then we have FLCL, which I watched the anime. It was really good. I liked it. It was sort of kind of, futuristic. It's good. I would recommend it. And then one that is sort of controversial, a manga that I've heard some iffy things about, is Orange. I liked it. I would highly recommend it. It's sort of like these people get a letter from themselves from the future, and they have to like save this one character from unfortunately choosing to end his own life. So they have to rewrite the past, and it's very interesting. I just started watching the anime last night. And then moving down one shelf from here, we have Black Butler over. This is sort of like my Yen Press shelf, my undesignated Yen Press shelf, whereas the first two were sort of my Kodansha shelves. So we have some sort of same situation going on here. We have issues 1 to 23 of Black Butler back here, and then we have 24 to 29 right out front here. And then we have the first two volumes of Overlord, which is pretty good if you're into isekai manga / anime. And then we have one that I have not read yet, Goblin Slayer, the first two issues of that, but I have seen the anime. I would not recommend this if you are kind of squeamish, because within the first book, the first chapter, or the first, I think within the first two chapters of the first volume, it gets really graphic, so I would not recommend if you do not like graphic stuff. And then we have the first issue of Spice and Wolf here. I gotta find more because I liked that so much. And then on this shelf right here, we have the first volume of Monster, and then we have The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Life, which is a novel. It's not really a manga, but I have it here anyways. And then we have over here, we have Uberbalt, which is good if you like sort of, again, fantasy sort of manga. And then just to the right of that, we have Downfall from Inio Asano. I gotta read more of his stuff because I absolutely loved Downfall. It was really good. And then we have the first 4 issues of Urusei Yatsura, which is from, I believe, the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, I think. And that's sort of like this alien girl comes to Earth, and a whole bunch of shenanigans happen. I liked the artwork, and I like the different colored spines for each book. It kind of adds more character and more something to look at, you know, rather than just the plain like black spines of all the other ones. And then just to the right of that, we have Blame, the Electro Fisher's Escape, which I kind of got lost on reading, but if you like that kind of stuff, then go for it. And then we have tucked in here, this is the sleeve for the all-in-one edition of Death Note, which I've already seen the anime, but I figured I'd pick up the manga and read the whole thing. And oh boy, you could knock someone out with that because it is just so ridiculously heavy. And then over on this last shelf here, we have Songs to Make You Smile from the author of Fruits Basket, which I liked a lot. Then we have the first 2 issues of Berserk, which again is one of those manga that's like a classic and could not be recommended if you're not into like gore and stuff. And then we have Flesh for the Beast, which is sort of a collection. It's sort of a collection of stories. I kind of forget what the other term for that is, but it's a group, I think, of like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 horror stories. So if you're into that. And then we have the first 2 issues of Drug and Drop, and then Magical Girl Apocalypse. Got to find more of that because that was interesting. And then at the bottom of this stack, we have the first issue of Gleipnir from Sun Takeda. And then we have Twin Star Exorcists, Bakugo Monotori, Pop Team Epic, Ghostface, Mouse, the first 2 issues of JoJo's Part 1, and then we have probably my least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Of all time, Arc V, sitting atop a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, because I found that this was the only acceptable place to put it, aside from in the recycling bin. Because as a huge Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, I was completely lost on Arc V. I don't know why. I just found it to be very confusing with the whole, what is it? They have the pendulum zone. Like, no, just give me classic, old school Yu-Gi-Oh! That is what I'm familiar with, and that is what I like the most. So, yeah, these 2 I think are just one-offs. It's Ghostface and Mouse. I don't know if Mouse would, it's more of a graphic comic novel thing. I don't know if it's specifically manga or not, but it's about, let's see if I can pull it out. You can kind of have an idea of what it's about just from this. So yeah, we'll put that back. It's sort of a collection of what happened during World War II through the eyes of a Jewish mouse who lived through that era. I think it's based off of a true story. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I just have it. So if you're into like World War II stories and hearing about different people's perspectives on it, I would definitely recommend it. So that is my entire 2020, as of right now, collection of manga. Thank you for watching.